Just a rather quick video here. It's in response to an incident that happened earlier today in Leeds involving the Prime Minister David Cameron. Um, it's quite interesting footage. Basically, Cameron was coming out of some sort of meeting, or I'm not exactly sure what the event was, but a man basically ran at him directly, and it looked for a few seconds almost like he was trying to deliberately charge at Cameron. The man got tackled, Cameron got into his car, but it's brought about some serious security questions. How someone could get this close to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. And apparently the security, they did get the man to the ground, but Cameron was completely on his own for at least 10 seconds. So Cameron got into the car. He's downplayed the incident, but I do think it's a little bit concerning. In the United Kingdom, we have only had one prime ministerial assassination way back in 1812. That was against Spencer Perceval. But there has been a number of security breaches in this country, both against the Queen. There's been security breaches in Buckingham Palace, in the House of Commons, and so on. So what I want to discuss a little bit is, to what extent should world leaders have security versus interacting with people. As far as I know, this is the first time Cameron's come this close to a security situation. There was one time he was in Afghanistan, and the Taliban claimed they were going to shoot him down and so on, but this is certainly the closest that I've seen in his 4 years as Prime Minister. Now, it is conceivable, had this man had a knife, we could be looking at an assassination, basically. So it's certainly dramatic footage. The man has himself, he was actually interviewed, which to American viewers might sound incredible, because in the States he'd probably be still under 24-hour surveillance and that sort of thing. This guy was actually interviewed. He said he wasn't looking where he was going. Certainly he doesn't sound like someone who was trying to attack the PM. It sounds like he was just being a bit of an idiot and wasn't watching where he was going, and he would have bumped into anyone. But certainly looking at the video, and I'll put a link to it, it looks like he runs straight into the PM. Why is this a problem? Well, wherever you think of the Prime Minister's policies, he is still the Prime Minister. So if you have a security situation, it's not just about who the man is, it's about the nature of that. So I do think some questions need to be raised about this, because clearly that guy was allowed to get way too close. But at the same time, you don't want elected representatives going around wrapped in bubble wrap. Now, just to give a sort of comparison to this, Jim Murphy, the Glasgow MP, had some serious security situations during the Scottish referendum. Again, it would be unfortunate if our elected representatives were in a situation whereby they couldn't communicate with the public because of security. But I'll put a link to the video, let you judge for yourself. I think it's certainly quite too close for comfort. It looks like it was a genuine mistake by the guy. It's going to be probably a very embarrassing moment for him. But you know, I don't want to think about. I'm no fan of Cameron or his party, but I wouldn't like to think if that man had a weapon, we could be looking at a serious situation. And it could well be that because Britain doesn't have a history of political assassinations, in the United States security is a lot better, maybe because they have more of a history of political assassinations. Of course, 4 presidents in American history have been assassinated, and many others have come close to assassination. In Britain, there was an assassination attempt on Margaret Thatcher in the 80s when the IRA bombed her hotel in Brighton, but generally we don't have the same level of also, the IRA tried to fire a mortar at John Major. Tony Blair had 1 or 2 security incidents. This is the most dramatic involving Cameron so far. So let me know what you think. Do you think this was a serious security breach? Do you think the bodyguards done the job as best as they could? Cameron himself has downplayed it. He says they've done a good job, but I don't know. The thing is that these guys always have to be vigilant all the time. There's no room for complacency. And okay, I'm not doing their job, so I don't want to be too critical of them, but it certainly looks like that guy got way too close. So yeah, let me know your thoughts.